Men det her, det skal jeg Thor til at få til at se. Jeg skal se, om det her faktisk virker. Nå, jeg ved godt, at kameraet faktisk er meget ringe. I am aware. Det er så også på min bærbare, jeg optager det her. Det kan jeg måske vente til, der er nogle flere, der kommer ind. Lad os se. Hvor er Thor? Der er han. Vi kan bruge Thor som vores hvad hedder det nu? Tjekker eller et eller andet. Indtil videre så venter vi vel bare lige lidt. Bing. Hey, dit hår. Halløj, men hvad er der med mit hår? Ja, jeg prøvede at sætte det op i dag. Nogen ude på efterskolen synes faktisk, jeg ser godt ud med middagsskilningen, hvilket jeg ikke helt forstår. Nej, du skal også lige sige, hvor ringe lydkvaliteten er, fordi det vil jeg også gerne lige være sikker på. Fordi det er første gang, jeg prøver at streame på den her bærbar. Nå ja, jeg skal også lige... Måske skulle jeg egentlig finde lidt musik, som jeg kunne høre i baggrunden, for det vil nok være ret kedeligt for jer, hvis det bare er mig. Så kommer det til at være solide 30-45 sekunder af mig, der stønner, og så 30 sekunder, hvor jeg kan snakke med jer, og så, mens jeg stønner, så det kommer til at blive spændende. Men ja, hvad er der egentlig med mit hår? Kom nu. Nå ja, der er mega god belysning lige nu. Prøv lige at se. Og så ripped jeg ser ud herinde. På grund af det her lys her, så ser det ekstra nice ud. Det samme, ja okay, ikke lige frem med mit ben nu, men nogle bestemte vinkler herinde i det her rum. Så se. Oh, what up, Craig? Oh, okay, this means that I'm gonna have to speak English now. Hold up, I haven't seen you in a long time. Wait a minute. This is the first time that I'm actually streaming on face cam stuff. Long time no see. Okay, I'm gonna change the title. Doing app exorcise. I'm probably spelling this wrong. Sizes. Yeah, okay. Let's just roll with that. Oh wait, I'm Thor. Streamlabs apparently held back Thor's message. He said, I'm gonna allow it. My neighbor. There we go. I guess this is also kind of like a face cam. Kind of like a face reveal, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, so today I have my iPad right here. I don't know if you can see what's on it. Can't really. It's anime. I'm watching Food Wars Season 2. It's a very nice anime. I'll tell you that. If you don't have any animes to watch, I can recommend Food Wars. And today we are, or actually almost every day, we're using, maybe I can, okay, this app, right here, yeah. 6-pack in 30 days. Let's go. I saw that, nice. And we are on day 29. Come on. There we go. Day 29. I usually cycle between day 25 to 30 because the other days are a bit too easy for my taste. But yeah, I don't really know if I should throw in some tips on training your abs, or if I should just focus on the exercise. I mean, I could actually do it, because then, I mean, for those of you who don't know, then I can throw in a couple of tips. Okay, we don't care. Okay, nice. Then I know that for a fact. Okay, I have to squint every time I want to see the chat, because it's on my laptop. I mean, I could switch it to my iPad, but then I can't watch anime. But let's just start. I mean, okay, Thor, even though you don't care, I'm still gonna explain some of these exercises. And a lot of these exercises I have chosen to do a little bit more of than the recommended amount, because it's a tad too easy. So now we just start. This is kind of like a warm up. We start with 5 of these exercises to each side. So this is training the obliques. And oh man, if I want to speak at the same time as doing exercises, this is gonna get real tough, real fast. Yesterday I had a rest day, and yeah, I can kind of see already a little bit of fat coming on the lower part of the abs, so I have to get it back. Now it's backwards um, sit-ups. I guess I have the text on Danish. Um, so yeah, let's just do that. There was only 10 seconds of rest on the increments between those two exercises, but normally there's 30 seconds. And this is just a piece of cake, at least to start. Yeah, no, yeah, all right, Thor. Come on, man. I had to at least have some kind of material to speak or to talk about. Okay, so now I have 17 seconds of rest. Then we're gonna do some V abs exercises, and I think the genre or whatever I chose this stream to be in was fitness and health. I think it's kind of like if you put it on no just chatting, so it's like a what's it called, a an overall kind of a genre. Yeah, so this is the V sit up, which is a kind of a little bit of a easy version of a sit or like a hold exercise, because you use the momentum of your legs and upper body to contract. Man, I actually sound like I know what I'm doing now. Hey, another viewer just joined. So now we have our first timed exercise, which is a basking kick, I think. You're laying on your back at least, and you have to do this. But some exercises it's easier if you sit on your hands, like I'm gonna do now. So this exercise is a bit weird. It's a bit funny actually, because I usually use this exercise to see on my abs if they were in a good period or not. Because if they were in a bit of a bad period, then they would perk a bit more up than usual. And if I was in my good period, then they would be pretty flat. But the last couple of months, they have always been perky. So I don't really know if that's a good thing or not. Oh, already 10 seconds left. Yeah, you can also just place your head on the ground to relieve some tension on your neck. Okay, 30 seconds again. Oh yeah, and I have 32 exercises in total. Hey, Thor's calling. Hey, what up? Hm? Ej, jeg vidste det. Ej, det er lige meget. Vi roller med det. Okay, ses. Okay, Thor just called to tell me that I spelled exercises wrong. And I don't care. Let's just roll with it. I can change it later when... Nah, then that... It's not even gonna be important. Oh wait, what? Did I just skip an exercise? No. Okay, so this exercise originally, it's called heel touch, where you do this. You kind of slide. You lift the last bit of your back up of the ground, and then you slide and touch your heels, as the name implies. And that's a really good exercise for the obliques. But I usually did it in another way. I usually got something to hold on my foot and then lifted my whole back. It was very tough. But then I thought, I can't really do that over on the boarding school. So I chose to do this kind of exercise instead, which I actually learned, which is this kind of like mountain climber. You take your feet, try to get your knees to touch your elbows, but then you lift your leg upwards. And you can really feel your obliques contracting when you do that exercise. I learned that from Athlean which is a very good YouTube channel if you want to gain some fitness knowledge. And I guess I usually do this for 45 seconds. And I have about 10 seconds left. There we go. And then I also added in another exercise to train the love handles here, which is gonna, if I do it enough times and if I eat properly, it should give me the V cut, if you know what that means. Cracking after this boring fitness. Jacob is confirmed secure on my account. Okay, I guess it is pretty boring, but come on. Oh wait, I forgot that I had to do that other exercise. Wait, I accidentally skipped it. So the way you do this is, normally you lie down on the ground like if you're gonna do a sit-up, but you give yourself an anterior pelvic tilt, so you lift your back off the ground, and then you do this. Go out to the sides, hold the tension in a while, for about 10 seconds maybe, and then you go down again and do it on the other side. So this really hits the sides here, and I do this about 5 times on each side, and it's I think one of my exercises that takes the longest. But yeah, even though this is boring, I mean, it was Thor's idea for me to even stream this. Oh yeah, you have to straighten up your free arm. Oh man, this what's it called, thing I'm lying on right now, it's not really that great. It's not duct taped up all the way, so I have to kind of straighten it out myself. Oh yeah, I can see that you have written a message, Kraken, but I can't really see it right now. I still have 1 rep on each side left to go. And I am already getting a bit asymmetrical, so I have to get a little bit more mass on the right side than the left. And this should be the last one. There we go. Okay, what did you write? You inspired me to try to exercise again, so thanks, I guess. I'm happy to help. Then we can show the world that us gamers will not be suppressed, and it's possible for gamers to be fit, at least. Yeah, and it's also, I mean, I would say it's a bit easier to go the calisthenic route, or maybe that's just because it's all that I've been doing, and you can just do it from the comfort of your own home. So that's pretty nice. So now we're gonna do some, wait, what are they called? Okay, they're just called sit-ups with raised legs. I would more call this a crunch, because you can't go all the way up, and yeah, I can't raise my legs straight up in the air. But yeah, I'm gonna do this 40 times, but it's one of those exercises that become pretty tough right near the end. And I usually try to breathe in increments of 5 reps. That's what works for me. Because, at least in my experience, you don't want to breathe way too much. Because it's kind of easier to actually do the exercise when you're holding your breath. And this is just a really all-around great tip. If you're doing any kind of exercise like that, when you're lifting your upper body like a sit-up, don't try to breathe on your way up and blow out on your way down, because then you can end up getting bloated abs. I actually had that problem, but after a few days, then by breathing in on my way down and blowing out on the way up, then that actually took care of the problem. Yeah, I have over 100 hours on Sekiro, and I don't really play single player games that much, at least not that kind of single player game. So I must really like it. And I haven't even played the boss rush update yet. I want to do that after I've trained. So that's gonna be fun. And Thor, he's a pleb. He hasn't even beaten Ishin on normal difficulty yet. What a noob. I should probably, just kidding Thor, I should probably watch out what I'm saying. because it's his account. But I'm grateful for getting the chance to play it. And as you just saw, this is an exercise where you're kind of in a hold and you go around clockwise with your feet. And you're gonna try, the higher up you get your legs, the tougher the exercise will become. And I start with going clockwise 30 times, and then now I'm going counterclockwise. And in this exercise, I breathe in increments of 3 circles I can show. So now I breathe, I do this 3 times, breathe out, and breathe again. I don't really focus that much on if the motion is going down or up in this exercise. It's more important if you focus on when you're breathing, when you're doing like a sit-up exercise, kind of like those. And the reason, and it's also pretty nice that it matches up in 3, because then it's easier to count, and then it'll match up with the 30 repetitions in total. But yeah, it's not like I limit myself to only breathing in those increments. I usually do it when I need to, so I don't pass out. Oh yeah, now we're getting into the hard exercises. So this exercise, I could barely do 10 of these when I started out, or after half a year even, or I guess a couple of months. But it's about having momentum, and yeah, I'm probably not doing it right, but it's still working. So yeah, you go down, you touch the ground with your heels and your fingertips, and then you go up with the straightest legs you can do, and then you touch your toes. And I'm doing that 30 times. It's pretty much the definition of an intermediate exercise, at least in the ab world, I would say. And you might have noticed that I'm actually pretty well-rounded in terms of physique, but the only muscle group that I'm aware that I'm missing is the lats. See, I'm pretty, there isn't really any muscle around here. So maybe yeah, V-ups, exactly. So I may have to look into those kinds of exercises. I think this is harder than V's. Really? I mean, it's called V-ups in here though, but this is the exercise that I hate the most coming up. It's also the one that takes the longest. So I do this 20 times on each leg. It's like a normal heels to the heavens, except you go down on one leg, and it's not that hard actually, but if you focus on not just slamming down on the ground, if you try to catch your weight by using your abs, then it becomes much harder. And it becomes even harder if you try to minimize the momentum, which, to be honest, I only do in the last 4 or 5 reps, because it's so hard, but it really hits the lower abs, because you have to use your legs that much. So I'm on 9 reps on each leg right now. Now it's 10, and when I hit 15, I'm gonna try to use the least amount of momentum as I can. And yeah, you can't really avoid getting your shirt pulled down when doing this exercise. And I also want to add that I have just eaten, so I might be a bit bulky right now. I'm bulking, bro. So see, now I'm gonna try minimize the momentum by not lifting my legs up so fast. And then it becomes a much slower exercise and a more controlled movement. And I can already feel that it becomes much harder. There we go. So see, that was one exercise. I haven't even watched anime yet because I'm focusing so much on this. Oh, you have For Honor. Ooh, nice. We could also try that today, actually. Thor, it's a bit funny that you hated the game. And then when me and Ander started to play it again, then you actually found it pretty funny. Or I guess you downloaded it when Bertrand needed your help. I don't really know when I want to play. I'm at least gonna come online after this, but I have to take a shower. And this is just normal side sit-ups. So now I can demonstrate the breathing technique. So see, I go down, breathe in on my way down, and then breathe out on my way up. It's gonna hurt a bit in your abs when you first start out. At least it did in my case. But you're gonna get used to it after about a week or so, which is not that bad actually. And you don't have to worry. You don't have to think, oh no, I breathed wrong a couple of reps, so now I'm gonna get bloated abs. That's not the case. You just have to try to make it a habit. So when I started out doing it, I actually ended up breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth just when I was walking, when I was doing natural and everyday tasks. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the best way to breathe in that technique is breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. I have oh, not today, please, supposed to sleep at 8 p.m. Ooh, I mean, you're cracking, you don't have to force yourself by watching this stream. I have a lot of free time. I got betrayed. Oh, yeah, I thought, wait, what, did you get cheated on or what? But yeah, by cracking, I mean, I guess that's almost even sadder. And then this is kind of like the V-up, but with a dumbbell. See, dumbbells are the only thing I actually use that aren't calisthenic. Ugh. So see, it's kind of like the V-up. You go down and then up, except you don't touch the ground with your hands or your feet. But it's a bit easier because you use the momentum of the weight of the dumbbell, which makes it a bit easier, but it's still not a easy exercise, mind you. Definitely not when you're first starting out. I mean, I also struggled a lot with this. I had to use a bunch of momentum in my earlier days, aka 2 years ago, or maybe, yeah, I think it's 2 years ago I started to train. And it's a good idea if you try to gain some knowledge on ab exercises in general, but you'll probably find out as you go along. I mean, the tip about avoiding bloated abs was something I could have used at the start, but luckily I figured it out not too long into my training adventure. Oh yeah, why not playing? We can make it up tomorrow. Yes, we can. It's also vacation, at least for us. And now we are almost halfway with the session. So this is one of the easier exercises. Yeah, it's kind of like just bicycle kicks, but you pass the dumbbell underneath your legs as you go. It might look a bit confusing, but it's not that hard. It's mostly just muscle memory. And I used to do this 40 times on each side, but then it just became too boring, and it didn't add that much on the exercise. So I just do it 30 times now. See, that was pretty fast, wasn't it? So it's just pretty much an evolution of a hold, a V-sit hold, just with movement. And these exercises are pretty hard. The next one's coming up. They weren't that hard when they weren't in that many increments, when they weren't in that big number of reps. Originally it was 20 or 15, but I have upped it to 30. Wait. Me too. Also have holidays. Which back exercises? Back exercises. Hey, Walid, hello there. I can talk about that actually now, because this is just an exercise that I'm doing on my when I'm gonna mirror it. So I'm starting out with focusing on the left side. I think the side muscles, the obliques that you're training most right now, also the middle abs, are the ones that are centered around where your leg is. But back exercises, I don't really know if I have time to show them in my rest periods of 30 seconds, but I can definitely show some when I'm done. Well, I can actually do it now. So you've probably all seen the exercise when you do like this, that back exercise. But a good one is this. I mean, normally you have to have enough space to stretch your arms, place it on top, and then down here. But you can also just do it like this. That's a good one. Also, this one, just trying to straighten out your arms as long time as you can, because that's also gonna get tough. And also this, by trying to get your shoulder blades to touch. That's also a good one. And then there's also this one. When you go up in the seal position, cobra position, but not using your arms too much. You have to use your back. And the last one is the Superman, which is also an ab exercise. But watch out, because it might hurt the dick. Okay, so Walid, you made me skip out on my exercise by 15 seconds or something. So now I got a little bit more rest than I actually needed. But yeah, hope that helps. I also have some exercises on triceps if you want to hear about those. And also shoulders and forearms. Those exercises I learned from 5-minute workouts by those videos were made by a YouTube channel called Anabolic Aliens, which is a very nice YouTube channel actually. I just noticed you're one follow them. Yeah, and when I get 50 followers, then I can actually get what's it called? Oh wait, hold up. I have to do this real quick. I think that should work. Oh wait, the text isn't even here. I don't have time to fix that. But yeah, then I think I can get emotes and also a affiliation. I don't exactly know what else I can get. Okay, so now it's the plank. Okay, I'm gonna watch some anime while the plank is going. I usually do a plank for 1 minute and 30 seconds. I actually took 20 seconds more on the rest period. Yeah, you can't really watch what I'm seeing. That may be a good thing because Food Wars is also under the edgy genre. But I just see that as a bonus. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. Wait, hold up. And some tips on the plank. Usually you see people do it like this, holding their arms crossed. I don't know if you can see it actually. But you have to cuff your fists, curl your fists, and make them point forward. Like you're kind of Superman flying. And if you feel the tension more on your arms than your abs, that means that you have to place your hands further in front of you than under you, because then you're bracing more of your weight. And also, you don't want to do it like this or like this. It's harder the more it's harder the more straight you are, and it's also the best way you can do it. And you don't want your neck to be like this. You have to straighten it up, because then you can maintain the proper form easier. Okay, only 10 seconds to go. And if you tighten your cheeks, your butt cheeks, then it also becomes a bit easier to keep the proper form. Time to report. What episode is that? It's episode 2 of season 2. Okay, I only got to watch like 15 seconds because I paused it so I can explain it. But see, now I'm halfway done with the exercise. So now I'm gonna do all of what I showed you up until the plank, but those are side planks instead, and then there's some stretches. So see, you remember this exercise? The first one I actually explained? it's a bit weird because you would think that I'm a bit more tired, but the difficulty is actually kind of the same as when I started. Sometimes it's even easier than the first half of the exercise because because the body is worn and it has an easier time to adapt to the exercises now that it's ready for them. I mean, it doesn't really sound like it's that much easier. Oh. And to be fair, I don't usually talk this much when I'm training. And yeah, this day 29, I can almost remember all the exercises. It's the same thing with the days. I mean, the exercises do change, but I remember kind of the specific difficulty level of each of the days from 25 to 30. And on day 28, it's rest day, which is nice. See, now we're gonna do the clockwise rotations. I don't exactly know if that's what they're called. And yeah, you might notice also that, I mean, it's a bit hard to see that I'm asymmetrical for my upper body because I have this tank top on because I don't want to risk getting demonized. Actually, I don't really think that's much of a problem. But yeah, I actually only started to work out my legs this summer, or I guess, yeah, the summer in this year, 2020. And in the 3 years or 2 years that I have trained, 1.5 of those years I haven't trained legs at all. So I'm still kind of new to legs, but I mean, I have a decent amount of mass, I would say. It's a bit hard to show my leg muscles right here. Oh, it's a bit weird because in Danish, this muscle we call leg muscle. Even though in English the whole leg is called a leg. So this is called a lår, which is which is a thigh in English. So I don't really know what you call the lower part of the leg in English now that I think about it. That is a bit of a question, Antoni. I think actually I have a bit of an easier time training right now because it's a bit more entertaining. Normally I don't really listen to music because I find it a bit boring. It's a bit easier to do the exercises, mind you, because yeah, music just motivates you a bit more. But I find it more boring than watching YouTube or anime. Shin or calf? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Yeah, calf or shin. Yeah, okay, so you say shin muscles. Yeah, that's right. Oh. So, oh yeah, I remember. Wait, no, what was I about to say again? Yeah, when I did some exercises by lying on the ground on my belly before, I usually rested in, wait, no, how did I rest? I usually rest like this, just bracing my weight. Okay, now it's time for V-ups again. And I might make it look pretty easy, but anyone who has started training abs by doing calisthenic exercises know that this exercise was the one that they dreaded the most in their program. I was at least one of those people. But I have the exercise. I have a pretty good hold on the exercise now. I think it's because my body knows when to activate my power and when to save it at the right moments. Okay, so I'm on exercise 21. I know you can't see anything. Exercise 21 out of 32. So over halfway there. And can you remember what the next exercise is? Yeah, V-ups are pain, feel you. But I actually kind of like the V-up now. It's kind of it's one of those rare exercises that you like the pain in, but I still remember it's like a tough parent that had really strict upbringings, and you can look back, and even now you understand the reason behind it, but you don't forget the hardships that you went through. It's kind of like one of those exercises, and these half heels to the heavens are kind of becoming the same thing, because I remember not too long ago when I did these exercises, this one in particular, I had to close my eyes sometimes and bite real hard my teeth together because it was so tough. You know, an exercise is getting tough if you close your eyes and flex your face and you just, I don't know, moan. You're already halfway there. And the last 5, I'm gonna focus extra hard on making them clean. Yeah, the bad thing about this this floor is that it's a bit creaky, which is just I can't really do anything about it. Okay, last 5. So the way I'm doing these is I'm taking my leg up and then waiting a bit, so I can make sure that it's not the momentum carrying my legs upwards. I guess this exercise, as well as some of the other low ab exercises, also train your legs quite a bit. I actually had to do that trick right there at the last one, close my eyes and moan a bit. But at least there are no dumbbell crunches. Shouting helps the most with pain. Can't do that often. Yeah, especially if you're in a gym. You don't want to be one of those guys who are just when they try to bench something. I mean, I can't relate that much because I haven't really been in a gym that much. But the few times I have, I would not want to be one of those guys who just made everyone get their attention on you. Also, I don't really know what the difference between a crunch and a sit-up is, because I think you're supposed to hit the ground with your shoulders on both exercises. But you just have to remember that you're not supposed to slam into the ground like this. You're supposed to catch your weight, gliding all the way down, so you can kind of feel your spine curving. So, yeah, a great way of knowing that you're doing it right is that you can feel your spine slamming too hard against the ground. Like it's kind of rolling. I don't actually know either if you're supposed to do this exercise by twisting right from the bottom or just from here. I mean, I guess I can do it like this, but I don't feel the biggest difference. And I think it's a bit easier for me to mess up the form if I twist too early. Crunch short distance, I think. Yeah, I also thought about that. I thought a crunch was this. I mean, you can't really see it, but I didn't touch with my shoulder blades. But I'm not actually that sure. But I think it depends on the program that you're using, because, I mean, it has worked for me the way I've done it. So, also, I will make a ab reveal at the end, just to show that I actually have some proof, or I guess something to back up my claims. Man, I really do feel like a professional trainer sometimes, mainly because I know a few basic tips and also some of the words that you use. For example, anterior pelvic tilt. That's not a word you hear every day. And I actually have a bit of anterior pelvic tilt, but it's not that bad. It's not noticeable because I usually have a pretty good posture. I mean, it's a bit harder for me to have when I'm sitting down, but when I'm standing up, I'm pretty straight up. Well, goodbye. Wait, what, Cornish, you were here too? Cornish, don't go. In 8 exercises, I'm gonna do an ab reveal. I mean, Kwon has already seen them. I mean, I've trained with Kwon. I also shared some exercises with him. And also with Kwon luck, he's getting results for a COVID test in some time. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. But I'm just saying that he has a pretty high chance of being tested positive, but let's hope not. And it's up to Kwon himself if he wants to explain why, because I don't really know if I should be going into detail on that. But yeah, I'm wishing you luck, bro, or else that fever that's gonna last 3 weeks or something is gonna suck. That'll just be really not nice, especially in the vacation, or the holiday I should say. That would be a very big bra moment. I mean, it's kind of the same thing as when I had a normal fever. Calm down, it was just a normal fever in the middle of the winter vacation last year. So I only got to experience like 3 days of the vacation. That was very not nice. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't even realize how close I was to. Yeah, when I get to the side planks, I usually consider the workout done because, yeah, then it just becomes a nice road of not very much pain. These exercises are the last tough ones, especially if you want to do them correctly. I mean, you can't just slam down on the ground with your upper body. And as you can see, I'm not touching the ground with my heel either. I'm also catching that in the air so I keep the tension going. And I also have one of my arms just touching the ground with my fingertips on the side. I can't really get my hand flat on the ground. It's kind of like this. Wait, yeah, like this instead of this. Whoa, there was a shadow of some leaves outside my window. That scared me for a bit. 13 seconds. I find it pretty impressive that I could actually talk about something this whole session. I mean, I guess that pretty much is my talent, but still, I didn't think it would be this easy while I was even in pain. But I actually like training afterwards, after I've eaten, because I usually say if I train without that much food in my stomach, then I'm gonna be lighter, yes, but the muscles don't really have anything soft that they can relieve their tension on. And if you have eaten something and waited for about, I don't know, a half an hour to an hour, then the muscles kind of have something soft they can relieve their tension on, like a pillow that they can slam into instead of just like the sheets, instead of anything in them, they just slam into. And you're gonna be heavier, yes, but you aren't gonna feel the pain. It's more just tension, which is a much nicer feeling than just sheer pain. Oh yeah. So now it's the side planks. I actually did these in 1.5 minutes at one point, but I didn't really feel like they added so much. They were just, they felt like a bit of wasted time, to be honest. And yeah, I just take them in 1 minute now, and I'm actually pretty asymmetrical in my top abs, my upper abs, I should say. And yeah, I think when I'm on this side, the one on the right is in the most flexion, I guess I could say. And on the left side, it's, yeah, the other one. But after the side planks, it's just some stretches, which is always pretty nice to relax to. Oh man, I remember the sheer relief when I first started out and I got to the stretches. And actually, they were pretty tough, so I didn't even consider the workout done. Okay, I guess I could still be facing the chat if I just go down this angle. But I'm gonna do it this side. There you can also get a chance to look at my back, even though I don't know why you would do that, because you can't even see the muscles, so there isn't really anything to look at, except for my tank top, and I guess the booty, which I guess some people would like to see. So then it's just 1 minute more of this, and then the last couple of stretches. Then there's only like 4 stretches left, I think. 5 maybe. I can't really remember. And yes, as you could have guessed, I can't really check the chat right now. And you might, when you do these side planks, you might also notice that the veins pop out a bit more on your arm, which they pretty much every time I do it, they do for me, but only when it's part of my session. Because my fat percentage is quite low, but it's not that low. My fat percentage, I don't think it's below 10%. So it's a bit hard to see my veins pop out. Yeah, and I also touch some of the abs to feel how much they arms inflection right near the end. Okay, how many exercises are left? This is number 29 out of 32. So this we're just gonna do a cobra stretch, which you probably already know after 10 seconds. I remember before it was only 10 seconds you had some rest time before you had to do this. And then I also found out that if you lift your knees off the ground instead of just having your legs straight down, you can actually get way further upwards than if you don't. It also helps a bit if you close your eyes for some reason. And you can also pretty easily feel if you are a bit asymmetrical and where you feel the stretch in your lower back. Sometimes when you do it, you might feel a crack or even hear it. And this stretch is nice. It's called the child or something. Where you try to make your stomach touch your legs, your thighs, which I couldn't really do at first, but then it became pretty easy after a couple of stretches. It feels very good to do this stretch after the cobra stretch, because then you feel way too stretched out in that side, or just in that kind of a way. So this is a very relaxing stretch. And the last two, a Asian stretch. Yeah, I just pray to Buddha. And the last two is one of these exercises. I actually did this stretch wrong at first. I did it down here instead. And some of my friends pointed it out. You have to have your legs up here. But the wrong version, which is down here, actually helped out on my stomach cramps, which I got sometimes. And that's very nice that I figured out that trick, because if the stomach cramps took over, it could last about 3 hours of just sheer pain and waves. It was very uncomfortable and painful. We even had a doctor come over in the middle of the night one time, and he was a bit afraid that my appendix had exploded or something, which I was pretty scared of too. But luckily, when he pressed down on the point where it should have been exploded, it didn't feel like it hurt that much or as much as he said it would if it actually did explode. So I was lucky. I just had stomach cramps for some reason. And my grandpa actually had the same kind of thing. And I think some special sugar or something helped him out. But I don't really know. But it's not something that was passed down in the genes, because my mom was adopted, so It couldn't have been jeans. So now we're actually done. Okay, and as I promised before, I'm gonna show you a couple of exercises that I usually do on my other muscle groups. So for example, triceps, you actually have to have your arms like this, kind of like you would if you're doing the plank wrong. I can actually show it this way. I think it's better. Yeah, and then you have to lift your whole upper body. I'm too weak to do it now, so I'm gonna do it on my knees. You lift your upper body with only your triceps, and it's much harder than it looks. And then usually you actually do push-ups like this, when you place your hands like this and go down like this. But I think it's one of those exercises that if you do it wrong, you can end up in trouble. So I just do normal push-ups in that regard, and then you hold your hands like you would in a diamond push-up. You go down and you just keep the tension, and then you do one of these exercises where you lift your body and you try to focus mostly on your arm, your tricep to do the work. Then you switch to the other side, 30 seconds on each. Then the last exercise, it's kind of like doing dips on the ground. You lift your body up from the ground and you just do small dips for 1 minute. And then the back exercises, as I showed before, starts out with this, and then you do this one, which I think is called a seal push-up, I'm not exactly sure. And then you do this, try to make your shoulder blades touch, so you only use your shoulders. And this one, where you just try to stretch as many times you can before you get tired. And the last one, which is the Superman, when you try to lift your arms and legs up from the ground at the same time. And then I also have some shoulder ones, where you only have to do one exercise on the ground. You get like in a plank position and you do it like this, go up and down. I actually did this sometimes when I did the plank in my ab exercises because I found it too easy, and I called them plank push-ups. And then the last couple of exercises, wait a minute, let me just take the camera up. The last couple of exercises you do in the shoulders, you fold your hands, or get your hands like this. You press them together as hard as you can and you go up like this. You do that for 1 minute, hold your hands like this, and then you pull your hands apart hard. Hey, that rhymed. And then after 30 seconds you can maybe switch the grip if you don't want to get asymmetrical. And then you do this afterwards with stretched arms, and you can switch which arm goes on top. And then the last one, I have to make sure I don't hit my lamp. You do this one, and it's not just like straight up, it's a bit diagonal. You go up like this. And then I also do some forearm exercises, which you start out by doing this. These are called cherry pickers. Wait a minute, let me just turn the camera a bit. Yeah, cherry pickers. So you do a T-pose, and when you flex your fist, you do it hard. You flex your fist hard, and then after a while, almost 1 minute, you can feel the tension in here. This area. And then after that, you hold your hands like this, and you flex your fists, and you do this. It might not look hard, but it surely becomes pretty tough in your forearms. And then you switch to this grip, and then you do this. And mind you, still flexing your fist, and then this as the last one. So instead of like this, you turn your hand, and then you do like this, like you're holding something. Okay, but then now it's time for the ab reveal. And then you can also see my chest, which is actually, to be honest, not the best, but the lighting in here will probably make it look pretty nice. And mind you, I have eaten, so it might look a bit bulky, but I can still show you how it looks. So see, this is how I normally look. who is stronger, Jacob or Thor? I mean, to be honest, I would probably say Thor. If I try to flex, I even look even more buff because of the insane lighting in here. See, just look at this and compared to this. See, now I just look normal. I smacked that Asian. Okay, wait, I might be able to get some even better lighting. Oh, this is nice. See, look at this. I look like a JoJo character, but when I get close, you can't even see my abs. Oh, I guess you can kind of see it. So it's very dependent on lighting. See, so you can even see. Yeah, I'm missing a bit of lower chest, which I'm working on. My arm is also pretty asymmetrical, but I found out that my right tricep is actually pretty nice, but my left, not so much. And then yeah, you can also just flex the chest, saido chesto, if you know that reference, then you are very nice. I can also place my, this is on my laptop again, mind you, hello there. And this is my old room, quick room tour. So, whee, this is my old room, my bed was over there. Funnily enough, that thing everything is standing on isn't my bed. I just had a mattress, and now my mom kind of uses this room as a, I think, an office, maybe. Oh, I was actually charging my laptop while I was doing this. Then if we close, here is the bathroom. Hello, hello, Jacob. And here is where I will cool off in the bath. So yeah, if you want to start to train abs, it's a good idea to, a must-have is a mat to lay on, because your tailbone or your back will just get wrecked. And some 1 to 2 kilo dumbbells, like how do I show this? Like this. I don't really know how to convert them to pounds. You're gonna have to do that yourself. So just to create that little bit of extra tension on the ab exercises. But yeah, I will change into my night clothes or whatever you say, and take a bath. So I'm gonna see you on the main computer later. Enjoy your shower. I'll go to bed. And good night, Kraken. It's a bit funny because when you only look at my face, I actually don't look that ripped. I kind of have a bit of chubby cheeks, but then it's just Pillarman theme activate. But then I guess it's kind of like adding to the shock value when people see me take off my shirt. I mean, when I first went to the boarding school and we had the ability or the chance to go to the pool, and then when some kids saw me take off my shirt, they said, "Oh man, Jacob is trying to brag or something." But I mean, I didn't want to go in the pool with my shirt on. So what could I have done? I mean, I don't know. And also, it's a bit annoying because I would like to show my body, because I have worked for this. Damn it, I have gone through sweat and almost tears, but I just don't want to seem like a douchebag. I mean, I guess I do seem like a douchebag by flexing in front of you guys. But it was Thor's idea, and I might do it again actually, because it's a bit more fun to do it like this. Where should I actually hang this? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hang it right here. And funnily enough, I mean, you can wait. Maybe if I do it like this, I guess I do kind of have an 8-pack, which is up to your genes, by the way. You can train to get an 8-pack. You can get a 6-pack, but it's not everyone that can get an 8-pack. And I also think that these down here, that these are also ab muscles. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, if I go further down, I might get flagged for nudity. But I don't know if these are really ab muscles. I mean, they do flex, these ones down here. I mean, they do tense up when I flex my abs. So I guess if they are abs, I guess you can call it 10-pack. but then that comes into like a gross territory. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here, and if Kraken doesn't go to bed, then I guess I'll see you on my main computer. But if you do go to bed, then see you, Kraken, and good night. And I'll see you, Thor, in like half an hour.